I've been waiting for this day. Oh man, elk down.
On this hunt, I'm in my home state of Idaho. My tag is a late season general bull elk tag in the south central mountains. Any antlered elk is legal to harvest, meaning that as long as it has at least one legal antler, I can harvest that bull. However, this year I've restricted myself to only harvest a brow tine bull or larger, meaning that I'm only looking for a bull if it has at least one brow tine protruding from the antler. I have 14 days to hunt this tag, and well, in the end, I may regret this decision.
I'm driving up to the first area that I want to hunt, about 2 days before the season opens. This way, I can have a full day to hike in and get camp set up, and have a day to scout around to see if I can at least locate a bull before the chaos that opening day usually brings. This area sits pretty high in elevation, and it just recently received about 6 inches of snow. My hopes are high that with the new snow, I can see what the activity in the area is. After driving up, I spent last night at the trailhead, and it was a stormy one for sure. It hailed on me, there was a lot of thunder and lightning, and it was super windy. Although, this morning, the weather is just beautiful. Today I have a little over a 4-mile hike and about 2,000 feet of elevation to gain. I'm going to just take it slow and glass along the way. I'm thinking it's probably going to take me about 4 to 6 hours to make it up to where I want to camp. My pack is set up for a 7-day hunt, and it weighs around 80 pounds in total. Honestly, dog food's the heaviest part. Hey, if anyone knows some lightweight dog food options for backpacking, drop me a comment below. Once we get camp set up, most of the food and quite a bit of the gear I can leave at camp, and I'll just hunt with the day pack, so the pack will lighten up considerably. After getting camp set up, I spent my first day scouting and glassing. Lots of sign in the area, and I did glass 3 elk, 2 cows, and a spike bull. After spending that day scouting, we came back to camp and bedded down, and the opener was the next morning.
All right. Well, I hiked up and checked a couple pieces of pocket timber that I wanted to. It's where the elk went to when I was deer hunting, and they sit at about 7,800 feet. So we hiked up here, probably about, I don't know, a foot of snow, but it's all hard capped, so for the most part, just walking on top of it. And so, with the snow, hoping like maybe we could cut some tracks. We did cut some tracks up here, but they're all deer tracks and stuff, so pretty old. Nothing within the past couple days. Down lower where we were at, camped at, we did cut tracks down there. Several tracks, several other hunters. So we're gonna go back down here, a little lower, we're still gonna stay quite a bit higher than where the other hunters are at. And set up for the rest of the day in glass. I think it's probably about 2 o'clock right now, so we'll get down here, set up. There's a lot of tucks and folds in this country, so I think these elk are just staying in a lot of this region. Like I said, we did see some other hunters, and they had been successful. One group that I saw had killed a 3x2 bull or raghorn, so which is good, you know. Any elk is a good elk, man. It's all meat in the freezer. I just don't think they're up this high now with the snow, especially beans. They can drop, less than a mile. They can drop down and have a lot more feed and stuff. Just an easier life. So, yep, that's what we're doing. We're gonna drop down a little bit and follow their lead. And if you're wondering, if you watched my mule deer video, you probably noticed that I was hunting with the dog. And his name is Odin James Hawthorne. Yes, he has 3 names. He's a member of my family. I have 3 names. He's going to have 3 names. And the answer to that is yes. He's my hunting partner. He goes on every hunt with me, except archery hunts. That is a little hard to take him and do stalks on archery hunts. But all my rifle hunts, anything that isn't archery, I do take him with me. If you're wondering how that works, he stays right with me. He's extremely well trained. He doesn't bark, he doesn't whine when he sees animals. And honestly, you know, I've never had an issue with it. There's guys that do these hunts and they have full camera crews with them and they still kill animals consistently. So, yep, I have him with me. He goes on every hunt. So if you're wondering, that's the answer to that question. So I get asked quite a bit what pattern I use when I glass. And the honest truth is I don't use any one pattern. If I am glassing with just free-handed, I like to bend my knees, get my knees up, and then put my arms, my elbows on my knees. And then with my hands, I kind of make a C around my binoculars, and I use the brim of my hat, or the bill of my hat, to steady me. Handshake is your worst enemy in glassing. You will miss so many things when you glass because of handshake. When I am glassing with a tripod, kind of my typical routine is I'm going to glass the high opportunity spots first. Usually I'll do that freehand right when I sit down. So the edge habitat, edge of timber, edge of regen, you know, if there's like some aspens out there, I'll hit those. But the high opportunity spots, the open areas and the high opportunity spots where you're most likely to see an animal. If I don't find anything at that point, then I get the tripod out, get all set up. And usually I go up and down first, and then I go back across it side to side. Reason being, if I use one pattern all the time, you start looking at the same stuff over and over and over again, and you start missing stuff. Where if you switch your patterns up, then, you know, you're kind of seeing new country. You're treating it as you're seeing new country every time you glass. And I think if you do that, you'll be more detail-oriented when you glass, and you'll spot more animals. Secondly, I'm not looking for a whole animal. I'm looking for parts of an animal. The tip of an antler, a movement of an ear, a leg, or something like that. Birds get me all the time because it's movement. When you're glassing, it's movement, and so you kind of key in on that, and it's a bird flying by. But those are the types of things that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a full animal. If you're looking for a full animal, you're going to miss a ton of animals. Most of the animals I glass and I spot, it's only because I spotted a leg or an ear or the head or the tip of an antler and a bunch of regen or something like that. So, glassing tip 101. All right, so woke up, went down to a point that we were wanting to go down to today, glassing spot. Glassed that through the morning. We didn't see any fresh sign, didn't see any animals. Over the past few days that we've been in here 3 now. All the sign we're seeing is, you know, headed down the mountain. We got an updated forecast this morning, and there's supposed to be some weather setting in tonight. So I'm trying to get exact snowfall totals for this country. It's pretty hard, honestly, accurately anyway. So we're opting to head out. We packed up, camp, and we're gonna head back down the mountain to the truck. I have another spot here. I have a plan B at least, and we're gonna go into that area, see if we can't hunt it. The trade-off with that spot is there's more hunting pressure. It's lower in elevation, easier to get to, more on the road system. So there is more pressure. You can typically get up a little higher though and get away from the pressure. So yeah, we're gonna head down. We got about 2 hours to the truck and then about a 3-hour drive to that spot. Probably reset with food and all that, and then get in there and hunt this ridge system that I got picked out. I've been in there before and it does hold animals. Quite a few animals actually. So we'll get in there and see if we can't find a legal bull in that area. And yeah, so we'll catch you on the trail. So we made it into our spot this morning. This is the second spot that we wanted to come into after the high country. We just weren't seeing anything up there, so moved. We came back down, reset at the house for a day. This second spot we came up into. We got in here this morning. I got parked at the trailhead and did a little glassing from the truck. Did spot one spike this morning who's about a mile away, and so we got geared up after that. We hiked down to this glassing point that I have, and basically it's above a saddle, and I have a head basin on this side and a head basin on this side that I can glass into both of these. There's no trails below me or anything, so it's pretty hard to get into the area from below. I have hunted it from the bottom before, and from the trailhead on this side, there's about 6 miles of no trail that you have to do. Pretty nasty drainage, actually. Clips out quite a bit. So we came in from the top side to get these 2 basins right through here. And right now, we got set up. And over here, I've got a group of 7 elk that we spotted here. And pulled the spotter out. 2 of them look like bulls. They're about a mile away. One looks like a spike, and one's head behind the tree. I can't really see what he is yet. We're just gonna watch these through the day. They're, like I said, they're about a mile away. They're in country that's definitely approachable. But being this is the first day in here, I know this country holds elk and holds some better bulls as well. So I'm kind of interested to see. There's a lot of snow brush in this country. I'm really interested to see what comes out of that this evening. But I'm going to keep an eye on these elk and see if we can't find some more throughout the day. With the pressure this unit does get, any any bull is legal as long as it's got antlers. There's no brow tine bull restrictions or anything like that. However, I'm going to try to stick to a brow tine bull. That is, I mean, that's not to say though that if the right opportunity on a spike happens, then we will capitalize on that for sure. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's all meat freezer. I'm not really out here for antlers, but being this is the first day and first morning in here, I'm not ready to give up hunting yet. I just want to see what's moving around in here. Coming up, there wasn't, you know, usually there's a lot of camps on the road in here, and there wasn't that many this year. There was only one camp, and usually there's about 5 or 6. So that's kind of nice to see that there's not as, I haven't seen as much pressure in here this year that I had in previous years. So yeah, we're just going to keep hunting it, and it's just nice to be seeing elk after the last spot. You know, 3 days and no animals. I didn't even see a deer in that last spot. Well, we did see the 3 elk the day before the opener, but I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't have gone after them anyway. That was more of just a day scouting that day before the season opened. So yeah, we didn't see any animals in the last spot, and this spot, you know, we get in here this morning and we've already glassed up 8 elk. There's 7 in that group, and there's that one spike that was down over here, and then this group here. So, and there's definitely some more country in here. A lot of good timbered slopes. This area did burn in 2013, so there's still pockets of timber in here, and then a lot of dead standing timber, and then it's tons and tons of snow brush through here. So, and we're starting to get this area's starting now finally to get the regen aspen back in here and stuff. So yeah, I've always had good luck when I've hunted this area. I've hunted it for deer in the past, and I've hunted it for elk in the past. This area, and then a couple drainages that way I've harvested elk out of. And this area is just, yeah, it's just full of animals. Like I said, there's a lot of animals in here. Sometimes the quality is a little less just because, you know, the pressure and the better bulls do get pushed out of here. But that's not to say that there's not good bulls in here. They're just harder to find. They kind of stick to their little pockets really tight. And so yeah, we're just going to keep glassing this, keep eyes on these elk today. And then this evening, see what comes out of this snow brush, and then yeah, keep on hunting, keep on searching for some more elk. But yeah, it's good to see elk for sure.
Sounds kind of interesting. I'm sitting here glassing, heard some limbs break below me, so I look down here. There's a spike bull coming over it too, coming over this little point or knob that's below me here, and it's at 288 yards. Which, I mean, yeah, I would definitely capitalize on that, but he definitely caught me with my pants down per se on that one. I had my rifle cover on. I was not prepared for an elk to be walking right up on me, so he ended up going back over that knob. I think he caught my movement as I was trying to get my rifle cover off and get set up. But he didn't spook out or blow out or nothing like that. The wind's in my favor, so he didn't wind me or anything. I'm pretty sure he just saw my movement. He didn't like that, so yeah, that was an interesting opportunity.
All right, well, we ended the day glassing on our point. We watched those 7 elk that we glassed up earlier for most of the day. And they moved around a little bit, but pretty much stayed in that same location from this evening. they fed around to an opposite slope I couldn't see them on. However, about 30 minutes before sunset, we had another elk stand up in between us and where those 7 were at. It was about 3/4 of a mile away. I stood up in some brush, lone elk, got the spotter out, put it on him real quick, and he was absolutely a brow tine bull. I'm fairly confident. I didn't get 100% count on his antlers because he laid back down, and then I lost him in the brush there for a little bit. When he did stand back up, I probably had about 20 minutes of light left that I could actually glass. And so we got the spotter back on him again. It was really hard to get a good count on how many points he had. I'm fairly confident he's at least a 4x5. He might be a 6x5. Looking at him a little bit more as it was getting darker, but where he was at, there was no way we were going to do anything with him tonight. So we watched him till dark, and he fed down into the basin, and there's some good feeding areas down in the bottom there. I'm hoping tomorrow we're going to get out to that glassing point before light, and I'm hoping he feeds right back up into that same area. Yeah. I'm fairly confident he feels safe, and even though that this area does get pressured, he's kind of in a nasty area, so I don't see anybody, pressuring him. I'm pretty sure he's been in there for a while, just hanging out, and he's definitely smarter than the rest of the elk, because he don't move until about 30 minutes before it's the end of light. So, but it was great to see a good elk in there, and yeah, we'll get down to that glassing point in the morning and see if we can't put eyes and relocate him. And hopefully, my hope is that he'll basically do the opposite of what he did tonight. Come right, as soon as it's starting to get light, he'll feed up into that same area that he bedded in today. Bed down, and then hopefully he'll bed down in an area where we can get in. Maybe make a stalk on him during the day while he's bedded. If nothing else, if he'll stay in that same pattern, maybe we can get into an area at least to try to cut him off if he beds in an area where we just can't make a play on him. But, hopes are high for tomorrow, and probably going to be pretty hard to sleep. We got up here in the rocks, made ourselves a little camp. We're just going to sleep under the stars tonight and hang out. We got a nice little spot here, and it's super windy on this ridge, but we got this rock, huge rock face that's kind of blocking some wind for us, so it's pretty comfy. Me and the old puppers will sleep under the stars and get it bright and early in the morning, and hopefully we can show you guys what this bull looks like, because we have him on the ground in the morning. So we'll see you in the morning.
All right, so spotted that bull last night and watched him go down and do his thing. Got back on our glass and knob this morning, and we did pick him back up. I've been watching him for about the past hour and a half. He finally bedded in an area I think we can do something with, so we're gonna head down here and start making a play, or at least get a little closer to the situation. Second thing is, I'd probably watch him a little longer, but there's some shooting going on real close, some other hunters, and I don't want them to bust him out, so if nothing else, we'll get a little closer to him. Where he's bedded, I think I can get within 300 yards, so there's no wind today. It's a real nice day, so I I mean, that's a doable shot for me. I don't like anything less than, or I don't like to go over anything more than 400, but I really try to keep it that 350 or less mark. So, I mean, we can make this work. He'll definitely be 350 or less. He's bedded right now, but might chase some shade through the day or get up. This might just be his first morning bed, so we're just gonna get down here and get a little closer, and we'll see how the situation turns out from there. There we go. Well, we were on our glassing spot this morning, and we picked that bull up that we saw last night. Last night he bedded down as he came out of his bed. This morning he came in from the high side and crossed the slope on this big face here in front of us, and he bedded down finally about 9 o'clock, and we moved down a little bit from where we were at. We closed up about 300 or 400 yards closer to this area, and now we're just sitting here kind of held up, trying to pick him back up, and it's really thick with snow brush in there, and there's dead standing timber and stuff, pretty typical for this area. That he's bedded on that slope somewhere. There was a couple gunshots that went off pretty close from another hunter. When I was glassing him when that happened, it didn't seem to bother him. So, and now we're just trying to pick him back up in this brush. I kind of lost where he was at, and he was only in one little hole. So, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and really try to pick him back up. Honestly, I think he's gonna get up and move anyway. As the sun comes around throughout the day, this space through here is gonna catch some sun. So I really think he'll get up and at the very least readjust. I'm not sure that he won't just move altogether to a different location. So we're close enough now from where we last saw him at, or the general area where we last saw him at. I'm about 600 yards away. So my hope is he's been feeding this way all morning. That if he does get up and move his bed, he'll move it closer to me. At the very least, if he does stand up, maybe that'll help us relocate just exactly where he's at. The wind's in our favor up here, so we're kind of in a tucked away little spot right here. The other thing too is I don't want to go down in there too far, just because there's a bunch of deer in this area as well, and I don't want to blow the deer out. If I blow the deer out, there's a high chance it's going to blow him out too. These elk right now are these bigger bulls are very weary. And like I've said, this is a heavily pressured area, so I think we're just going to play the patience game with him. And I mean, every bit of me wants to go down in there and try and find him, but I just know that that's a bad call. That's never worked out for me in the past, and I have no reasons to suspect that this time would be any different. So yeah, we'll just play the patience game and sit here, and hopefully in my moving, we didn't decide to move both of us at the same time. But yeah, we'll play the patience game and see what we get. Alright, so we kind of moved around this knob a little bit, just kind of be able to look back in here. We did pick him back up. Just picked his head and his antlers up in this little hole through the snow brush. He's not bothered. He's got his head laying on the ground right now. He's sleeping. So, and these bigger bulls are gonna, and for this area, this is the bigger bull. They get a good count on his antlers now, and he's a 5x5.
He's not a giant, what you would typically consider a giant bull. But for these general units, it's a bull I'd absolutely be happy with, regardless of, anything. So, I'm just going to sit here and play this patience game, looking on it, look at some of this cover in front of us, see if we can't position a little bit closer. We ranged him. He's at 668 yards right now. Way out of range. I would never take a shot like that. That's very unethical for myself. So I'm going to try to see if I can't get myself positioned somewhere between 350 and 300. I have a couple tucks and folds in the terrain that we might be able to work down and make that happen. The other thing is he's going to have to stand up for us to get a shot, stand up, reposition, like that, which hopefully he will do throughout the day as the sun moves around. So, yep, we're going to keep watching him and be patient. That's the hardest part of hunting for me.
So we got down in here on him, and we got set up. It's like little rock point. The way the snow brush is as close as I can get and still have a shot. He's bedded right now, and you can see the tips of his antlers. So we're gonna have to wait for him to stand up, reposition, or whatever he's gonna do. So we're just gonna play this waiting game. On the way down in here, we blew some deer out down this range. I was really worried that was gonna have a detrimental effect on it and blow him out too, but didn't seem to. So, like I said, he's still bedded in there and he's chilling. So, we got a really good setup here. Got the bipod out, and then got my sleeping pad set up for a second rest. So, he's at 344 is what we ranged him at. I don't like to shoot over 350, so it puts it under that. There's very little wind in here, so yeah, conditions are right for that shot. And yeah, now we're just going to play this waiting game for him. Hopefully midday, it's about 1 o'clock. I looked at the clock late. He'll stand up and reposition in his bed. But if not, then we'll just have to wait him out till evening time until he decides to leave. So he's not acting as bait or anything. I'm sure he probably has something severe, but I think he feels real safe where he's tucked in at. So waiting out, play that patience game again. Oh boy.
All right, well, he stood up to reposition. Gave me just a little bit of a pretty good quartering shot there. He went down about 25 yards into the brush. And looks like he's dying in the brush, but I just can't tell because of it. So we're just going to sit here and watch him. He's still moving in there. He comes out. Hopefully we'll be able to get another round in him, or he'll just expire right there in the brush. Would be the optimum. That's what we're waiting for, but ain't over with yet. Oh man, elk down. He's in a terrible spot too. That's all we had. Yeah, it's brushy over there, but man, elk down. What a bull for a general hunt. I love it. Put me through the paces too. We spotted him last night and just didn't have time to do anything with where he was at. Picked him back up this morning, and caught him coming across the slope, relocated him, put him to bed this morning, and then came in here. Been sitting in here about 3 hours now, 3 or 4 hours. I think it's about 3:30. He got up to readjust, turn around, and he gave us a quartering shot, which is not the greatest shot in the world, but definitely like, there's other shots I'd prefer to take, but it's what we had, and it was all we were going to get with where he was at. So, yeah, elk down. So we're going to get packed up. We're about 300 yards away. Took him a little bit to expire. We watched him in the brush finally expire. And so we'll get packed up. And we got quite a bushwhack to get over there, but yep. We'll show them to you when we get there. Yes.
Yes, sir. Like I said, small rack 5x5. He's pretty big bodied, and that's what counts to me.
In total, it took me 2 days to get this bull broken down and finally packed out to the trailhead. It was 18 miles and around 4,000 feet of elevation. I do it all solo. It's all footwork, but at the end of the day, it's what I love. Mountain hunting is work. I have never found an elk, no matter the size or sex, that comes off the mountain easy. And I have complete respect for anyone who takes on this journey because, well, it truly is a journey, not a task. These are the memories that I will carry with me and share for the rest of my life. I will always come back to the mountains. I am a hunter. Thank you for sharing in the journey with me, and I hope you enjoy. I hope, if you're a hunter, you found success this season, no matter what that looks like for you. Thank you for watching.